buried beneath the campfire logs is a rotting leather satchel.
Rotting.
Let's
Underneath the logs?
Yeah, because the logs when they.
Is there anything magical about it?
Can we do an Arcana? Oh, yeah, just ask him. Is there anything magical about it?
You can Arcana check it.
Yeah.
We'll go with his.
Something like 35 Arcana.
There seems to be nothing magical about it.
Is there anything in it?
What else can we do? Can we do a nature?
So we open.
I just want to open it and look in there instead of doing the check.
You know, why not?
Well, no, this is good practice because in the Tomb of Horrors,
Can we poke
that
it with a
satchel can
stick?
explode and dismember everyone in the area.
That is true.
So
it's
let's
good
step back
to be
and throw a
thorough
rock.
and careful. But in this particular case, you're rewarded with 500 gold pieces in silver and gold coins.
Oh.
Cheers,
500 gold. Yep. He's the banker. Hey, whatever happened to that lottery system we were making, or what was it, stock market, or investment? Weren't we going to invest the gold
We never did.
and make interest?
I don't think we got anything. I don't know if we
500 gold pieces, rotting satchel.
Alright, got it. Well, that's lovely.
I think if anybody else in this room would have asked you that, you would have been like, 500 gold pieces.
No, I was just.
Sorry.
You're writing them down, so the keywords are 500 gold pieces,
Rotting satchel.
rotting satchel. I'm
So
giving you the keywords for
can
your
we
notes.
Can we do like a history check of how long it's been rotting? Why was it rotting?
Because it's been a while.
Yeah.
What's a, you know, can I suck
What's a
at
while?
history,
Yeah,
but...
Perhaps there's nothing to it beyond just to get this gold.
Alright, fair enough. Move on.
Touché.
But you said you were giving us important information, so I thought I'd dig a little bit.
Well, the important information is just like,
We wanted to
if it didn't kill you, like, say like, whoo.
Pray to your own individual god. Alright. Thank you. Oh, I don't have a deity. Thank you, no one.
Aurora the Atheist.
No, I'm agnostic. Thank you very much.
You don't have a deity?
I know, and it's blank.
I forgot.
When did that happen?
Baravar Cloak Shadow.
When I made my character.
So moving forward
Yes,
into
thank
the
you. Thank you,
clearing.
Okay, you hear the rush of water from off in the distance.
Right, so here we are. Who's leading?
Here.
I am.
And then also there's that road bridge suspended above you.
But we don't see
60
a way
feet
to
in
get
the
up to it.
So are we going to go up
only
to the...
from the cliff. So the
So is
the
this...
rope bridge goes here, right?
Mm-hmm.
From this is the top of a cliff, and this is the top of a cliff, and where Sam's beer is the top of a cliff.
Sam's beer.
Okay, so the top of a cliff here.
It's called Cliffo.
You can walk up to here, and this is
This is a cliff ledge.
Yes, all of this is cliff ledge. Where you are down here is
corridor.
60 in between, everywhere from 60 to 100 feet.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
So it's basically
inside
we're
the
sitting
gorge.
ducks.
Further than we can teleport.
Further than you can teleport.
Which is
Anyway,
great.
so yeah,
Which we're about to encounter in this river.
Evidently, I hear rushing
do
water.
you want
so-
to go inspect the?
You know what would be
We
great
gotta
here?
inspect
You know what would be
everything
great
'cause
here?
we don't
A
know.
nature check.
I'm gonna do
I'm still waiting
a.
on his report, by the way.
I'm just gonna do
Single face
a
map.
thievery check and check for any sort of hidden mechanisms in the wall.
Nice. I'm gonna do a regular perception check, which is silly.
That'd be
but
34.
Nothing of great interest in the cliff faces.
I did a 15 perception check because I was rubbing one eye. By eye, I mean Aurora.
I think there's nothing left to perceive in this area where the obelisk was.
Well, maybe we
Well, no, I'm
gotta.
looking up at the cliff though.
Maybe we gotta go through the cave.
Is there like a
Are the only
ladder?
we're gonna
or
do a
is there-
dungeoneering
Right.
to determine the modes of exit.
Because it's not just the cliff face.
Now, what
It's
is
not
this?
Just
We
the
can walk
bridge.
under here, right?
You can walk. Yeah, this is the bridge.
Is
You can
there
walk
any?
underneath.
What do we
It's
see
60
over here?
feet.
Okay.
Oh,
What is on the other side of this?
Remember that giant die?
What's on the other side of?
Okay.
What's
so,
over here?
So
I love that we got
Malachi
that in our
explores
honeymoon.
over in this area,
What do I see?
and what Malachi sees is
I spy with my
See what
light.
I see. Rushing water,
as you-
something about a river.
As you approach the falls, which are these waterfalls here. The sound of the falls is deafening as water plunges from the cliff 60 feet above. Huge plumes of mist spray up from the impact, spreading a wet chill through the air.
And that's it?
That's it.
No, what is on the other side?
I bet there's an entrance underneath the waterfall.
Is there anything over there? Like, I mean, what is this?
Over here,
A bank or is it a cliff face?
This is a bank, yeah. This
Okay.
is a bank on the other side.
Right.
And these are rapids here.
Ooh.
It's only 5 feet across. I can jump.
Duncan, do you have a tube?
It is, how many feet across is it?
Well, don't you go tubing in a river?
Actually, it's one
Sorry.
across.
Is that
Too
Feet
soon?
over here. But
Has it been 23 and a half years?
So it's 10 feet?
Sorry, fair enough.
no, it's to get across the river at its narrowest point, which is right here.
See,
it
indeed,
should
you
just
could
be
feel that shit immediately.
one across, so 5
5 feet.
5 feet.
That's not bad.
At its widest, right in front of the waterfall, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 across.
But what's on the
So
other
it's
side
20
of the
feet.
river? Can we
On the other side of the river, you can see an embankment
Okay.
dense with trees.
That's it.
Oh, good. Let's go in the forest. I bet there's nothing bad.
Is there anything? Can we perceive
'Cause, yeah, we
anything
met
underneath the
Felicity,
waterfall?
That was real safe.
There's a huge plume and spray.
So no.
Is there a cave underneath the
Maybe.
waterfall?
Waterfall? There might
Freeze
be.
the
In Dragon's
water.
Dogma, I checked in every single waterfall and I got soaked, and it gave me a negative 5 to hit.
Freeze the waterfall above and
Yeah.
see if you can create an
But I
entryway.
checked.
See if
One had a cave.
Did you hear?
Freeze the waterfall. Yes.
Yeah.
not like above, so and then where it'll come out, so we can.
I could
create
do
an
a wall
opening.
of water.
Well, yeah, or what? You did something. What did you do?
She has
right,
raised
right.
stone and
I have raised stone.
You
I
do
have
a wall of water and maybe divert the water away.
I don't see why.
Like do a wall, but using that flowing water to make
I also
the wall
have
elsewhere.
Wind, but I don't know if that would be. Anyway, but yeah, I could raise a square and it could be filled with solid rock and it would become blocking terrain. But no, this is not Minecraft. I can't just. Okay.
You could do that from the waterfall out, and so the waterfall now be like 5 or 10 feet in front, so we could, if there is something, we could see underneath it and potentially walk under there. That's what you should do. I think.
Let's do that. So I can't think of anything else clever to do.
I also have Tensor's floating disc. I can make a disc.
And
Stick it
then-
underneath the waterfall, but it's only
Because
3
we
feet
would-
wide, so I don't know what
If I made a wall, we would have to spend a DC athletics check of 10. Because
To what?
to swim through it.
to swim through it.
I meant just can you do raise stone and push it out?
I could, but it only does one block of. Sorry.
How wide is it?
Where'd it go?
So that might be enough to cut it.
Yeah, no.
It's 10 feet.
You cause
but
the target square to rise up 20 feet or to sink up to 10 feet, so obviously we want to raise it. But if we raise the square, the area below it is filled with solid rock and becomes blocking terrain.
Well,
So that
but that's
we
why.
can damage.
Yeah, I'm saying that vertically and have it come out horizontally.
Oh, I see. So it doesn't come out of the ground. It comes
It comes out of
from
the wall.
cliff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is Max here?
You can also use my restroom upstairs if you want.
Well, which one should I use?
And do it right in the middle where we could just walk through the middle because it
Yeah.
would be it would cut an opening there.
Yeah. Why don't we do a raised stone
Okay.
out of the
This is
wall?
disgusting.
Yes, I
It
was
is
just saying.
disgusting.
If you're a neat freak, you might want to go upstairs. So let's say we raise stone halfway through it, so the water's diverted all to the left instead of just blocked completely.
Yeah.
And then we can walk underneath it.
If there's anything there, well, we'll take a look. Corey's looking stuff up. Are you looking up rules on?
What's underneath the waterfall?
Is there anything there?
A dragon
You know what? Let's throw a walk or poke it with a stick.
Yeah, throw a rock
Hey,
through it.
I'm a little worried. So let's. I will raise stone, and then let's wait and listen and do a perception check, an Arcana check, and whatever check we have left to see if there's anything
So
in there.
so you raise the.
Because if we meet a dragon, we're fucked. So I'm just gonna.
So
say.
basically, you're going to make your.
I'm
you're going to
opening
divert
a
the waterfall.
small. I'm opening a small hole, and we're outside listening and perceiving if anything might be in there, or whether there's even a cave to begin with.
Okay.
I have chili in my teeth. There. Okay.
Alright, but you're not like hiding while you...
Well, no.
Hiding.
Hold on, because our
We're all
minis,
stealth.
our minis are not in a
Weapons
proper...
at ready.
Because
in
look,
total
Travis...
defense.
Malachi is looking across it. He sees a waterfall.
Mm-hmm.
My, Okay, hold on. Patience, sorry.
We're just going to give you a list of all our stats, and we're going to say every 5 feet we're going to take 15, and just do every single check, and just you can just tell us when we find something.
That's how Penny Arcade did it. So here we are. We're against the face of the cliff.
Okay.
Because it's within 5 squares, I'm going to open only 1 square with raised stone.
Okay.
And we're going to make
waterfall.
all the perception checks we have available. And I'm ready. I'm ready to like close that raised stone and put up a wall of water if I need to.
Okay, alright, so you divert the waterfall, and
Total defense.
Yeah, I know!
Dragon appears.
So 15 plus
Wait, what is this? You're hitting the wall?
70. Wow.
what are you rolling a check for?
27 Arcana check to see if there's anything magical or
You sense a
or something trapped and bound in there by
boy.
some magical presence.
you sense a arcane disturbance behind the waterfall.
Can it move
course you
through the
do.
water? Is it like
no,
back?
it
Is
seems,
it dull?
it
Is it
seems more
sealed
like
away?
shielding magic. to you.
Oh, so it's a ward. So it's a ward. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Yay, I got something.
Or something illusory.
Well, we have the Master of Illusion coming down the stairs.
Here he comes, the master of illusion.
Tira kind of wants to explore it.
Yes, let's open it
What's
up.
the illusion?
Of course.
Well, she's
Discovered an illusory wall.
So right here in the
loser wall?
So it may not even be real.
the biggest loser wall. I know.
It's
I
not
want to
even
keep
real
scooting
water.
it back,
And we can just
but I
walk through
keep
it.
like scooting the
Wait,
entire
try
thing
now
back.
if I lift this up.
Tyr is going to, at Malachi's suggestion, I'm going to hold my shield over my
Too,
head,
and I kept just scooting back the entire
and
thing.
well, didn't
So I
we
opened
in there?
the
Didn't she
waterfall
basically
in
make an
front of
alcove for
And
us?
then
Well,
I
she's been talking about it, but hasn't
raised
actually done it yet.
water.
Oh, Aurora, use your stone ability to make us a porte cochere. So we
what?
can actually go
What is
underneath.
a porte cochere?
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know what that.
Oh, it's like an overhang where you like drive cars under, you know, so you can get out with getting rained on.
Right, but that's what I did.
Oh, you did that?
Yeah, I opened it up from the side of the cliff, so it's now.
Okay, so is there like an
water.
opening into underneath the?
It doesn't appear so, but Aurora senses that there might actually be one.
All right. So Tyr is going to.
Throw a rock.
Well, I'm going to take my glaive out and stick my glaive into the waterfall.
How much do you like your glaive?
It disappears through the rock wall.
Aha!
My
What?
glaive disappears?
But not like it's gone and I don't have it.
Like
He's
it
still
didn't
holding it.
disintegrate.
He's still
it's just
holding it.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Right, it passes through the rock wall as if it was air.
Wow.
And I pull it back out. Is it intact?
Safety.
It's fully intact.
Alright. So it's a fake. Or it's an illusion.
I don't want to go inside.
She did an Arcana check?
Yes.
Yes.
How high did you roll?
That's pretty good. She detected illusionary magic.
Well, were there any other entrances?
The cave over here.
Besides the cave.
No. Everything else
What's
was
that
straight.
over? Is that just a smudge mark?
There?
Yeah.
I think it's just a
This was all cliff face, right?
Yeah, this is all cliff face. That's definitely just
And
a
this,
smudge.
we didn't actually check
Here's
here, but I
a
mean, this is
ridge.
just a bank, and then
Looks
Yeah,
the same kind of thing as over
Yeah.
here.
yeah.
Okay. Tyr is
What
going.
else should we do? Think of everything. I don't want to die.
Tyr is going to say, "Press on."
Do you have low light yet?
I do.
Okay, good. I remember like the first 10 levels.
everybody
like,
have
do you have
low
low
light
light? No.
Let me double check. I'm pretty sure I have low
Yes.
light vision.
So Vanas was
Bottom
the only
left,
one that
first
didn't
page.
have low light vision.
I know, and he was always charging like the first. You're the tank. Go look.
Yeah, I have low light now.
Right.
Alright.
So let's see.
So,
Bye.
failing?
I have a bad feeling.
Form of phalanx.
Yeah.
Malachi, you and
I don't have
I.
a shield.
You don't have a shield? No.
How? If you have low light vision, has anyone
I don't need a
stepped
shield.
in
I have
yet?
a rod. I get a shield
No.
Has anybody
bonus
stepped in?
with my rod.
But I still have the lantern, the floating lantern.
Okay.
Just in
Because I was
case.
going to say, if
Before we step into the two of horrors, I am going to sit down and cast corpse light onto my floating lantern.
Yes, floating lantern. That thing is very handy.
Corpse light does
Any undead creature does it. So
Glow green.
let me see. I need to do.
Yeah, that helped us out when we found those 3 priests, because they were like, "Oh, they're glowing green. Oh, come with us." Like, these are not real people.
All right, you guys want to support me in this ritual?
I'm going to light
What do I
the
do?
top of my staff. And
So just roll a d6.
Oh, a d6.
Or, I'm sorry, a d10.
All of us?
I'm sorry, d20. I'm
choose
recording.
the dice. No.
15.
Okay, so you add plus
Nice.
2.
What is that? 10?
Plus
10.
2.
I get a 14.
Okay, so I have plus 6 total. And then I roll a
Cheeky.
7
You needed it.
plus religion was 18, 20, 18, wait, yeah, 18, 24. So for you, if this only works for levels 14 and below.
Okay.
So if there are any undead that are 15 and higher,
We won't
it
know
won't
it.
be disclosed.
Okay.
There better not be any.
Honestly, that's what I'm, you know, if it's any it's just like, well, run away. Actually, that may be a good thing. It's like, if you clearly see undead creatures and they're not green, run away. All right.
What do the walls look like? We're not inside yet.
Not inside yet.
Okay.
It looks like a cliff face behind a waterfall to you right now.
With-
but
So
you
you
know
walk
that,
in.
that it's cloaked.
So it's the same
The
thing.
only
that
thing
we
we've
walk
put through is an inanimate object that is not living flesh.
Right.
I'm going to take a rope and tie it to our waists just until we're through the... Well, just once we get inside, because if it's pitch black dark, we don't want to scatter, okay? So it'll basically keep us, you know, right behind each other in marching order. So as far as the order goes, I'm going to put myself in the front with my shield and sword. I'm going to recommend Malachi... Malachi, I'm going to put you right behind me just because you have the ability to teleport, and that may be useful if you need to either retreat real quickly or get ahead and flank. And then we'll put I
don't know if it matters at that point.
No.
Well, if we go in and it's dark, I can use my prestidigitation as a minor act, not even a minor, but just... Anyway, I can light the top of my staff like a torch.
Okay.
So that
We'll
might-
put you third, and then
Okay.
May 4th. All right. Sound good? All right.
Because
With
May's got all
that,
sorts of force fields and...
with that, I pull out my shield and I keep it in front of me and slowly advance forward through the waterfall.
And where's your you have a floating torch, right? Or a
It's
floating
going to
lantern?
be floating to my.
Oh, you already have the... So it's not just corpse light, it's something else. So
It's a floating lantern, but I have corpse light on it. So what happens?
Anything in its light glows if it's
This is
undead, right?
Basically.
Okay. So I don't light my torch yet.
Okay.
We're relying just on Tier's light.
Okay. As Tyr makes to step through the or to step what appears to be a completely solid stone wall, he glides through it. He expects some resistance, but there is none. Inside, there's oppressive dark, unnatural dark, similar to when you had inspected the cave previous. Except where you can't see more than 5 feet, 10 feet in front of you.
Even with low light?
Yeah.
Even with the lantern?
Well, even with the lantern, it's as if the darkness is pushing down onto the
What does the lantern give? If you turn it
Well,
on
I can
bright?
change it. I can make it bright.
I think you might want to make it bright.
Let's see. We can do normal or bright, which will be 10 square radius. Dim, which is 5 square.
10 square?
10 square radius.
50 feet.
Yeah.
50-foot candles. That's like a high-powered beam.
Yeah.
All right. So, do you turn the?
Well, I can make it dim for 5 square radius. So I'm going to start off with. I had it set to dim. So does that push back any of this darkness whatsoever?
Your sight is extended from, we'll say, 5.5 to 10 feet, but you really feel like the air is oppressive, the darkness is oppressive. Everything about this place feels like it's pushing in on you.
Okay.
Only 10 feet in front of us. That's not very good.
10 feet.
You may want to make
And
it.
even if I could get 20 feet with bright. Like, how far do we want to transverse into this?
So
Pitch black.
Aurora shouts to Tyr. Tyr, what do you see?
Nothing.
Well, take a look around with a perception check.
Okay. Let's see if there's any kind
so
of...
awesome.
I'm gonna say, Malachi, see if you can, like, maybe see any kind of switches or anything that could
Is
potentially...
Malachi too?
I want to do an Arcana
Oh, I
check.
critted on perception.
Yeah.
You see a glint, maybe a few feet out of your view distance, and something that looks like a sort of a lumpy shape.
Oh, God. Is it growing? Is it green?
No, it's not glowing. It's not glowing.
What
green,
color was
it's
the
not-
glint?
Quick, run away.
Is it a gelatinous cube?
No.
Alright, fair enough.
Just out. It's out of the light, so we
But
can't
it's
see. it.
he catches it in his
Of course.
out of the corner of his eye.
Is it a tunnel? Is there a wall?
It's
close
just
to
a
you,
glint
or is
I
it
get.
just,
Yeah, you as you're scanning around, you see something kind
like
of
in your peripheral vision. maybe?
sparkle or shine slightly.
I'm going to relay the information to Aurora, and I can't see it anymore.
It's
If
just
you
like
moved a little bit closer, it would be revealed.
it would
But
come into the light.
standing where I am right now, I like lost. I only have a general sense of where it is. Okay.
We can still retreat quickly if need be.
Yeah. Well, you're just seeing right now. Can you? Aurora yells to Tyr. What do you see? Nothing. What do you feel? Reach out. Is there a wall? Is it a tunnel? Where are you?
I'm against the I have the wall to my left side and nothing on the right, and nothing in front of me. So I'm going to say
I'll tell you a little bit about the cave that you've just entered. I guess I should.
You want to do a dungeoneering, so
Sure.
so that way you can judge how much you want to. Well, one. So
Okay.
it's a cave.
You're gonna tell
It's a
us.
cave. The floor. It looks like it might have been a natural formation at one point, but the rough-hewn walls and the floor show some sign of having been instrumented by something or someone. Definitely not it's not
Something
well
burrowing.
done craftsmanship. So it certainly wouldn't be dwarves or elves.
A burrower.
And the floor has been worn smooth, not by some sort of intent, but just by use.
The wall, the stone.
So
The
I can.
stone has been worn smooth.
So
Is it
we've
stone?
had
Is it
thousands of
stone, or
years
is it
of
like
people
stone.
walking
It's
on
the
it.
same
So
stone.
it doesn't have like a vein of iron or anything that could
It's
be.
the same. It's the same stone that the cliff was made
I'm
of.
gonna do an Arcana check to try to sense like the nature, the source of the dark that's really like pushing against our light sources. And I roll it's a 24.
There's no sort of nidus or locus for the center of the power. It's just emanating from everywhere. It's in the walls. It's in the structure. It's in this place that you're.
So all I can really sense is that it's like this entire
Yeah.
section is filled
Yeah,
with
it's
Bad vibes.
dark.
Imagine like walking into a spooky house. Is there anything that's like, well, that's where the spookiness is coming from? No, it's
It's just-
everything about the place.
pressing it on you, basically.
Yeah.
So I'm going to tug on the rope just to minimize the amount of verbiage we use and drag us forward enough to see this cube glinty thingy.
It was a sort of a lumpy shape.
lumpy.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
What you see, what is revealed to you in the light, is what appears to be the remains of. Yeah, skip this song.
I was like, there are words to this.
Yeah,
What's this?
I usually like pre-listen to all of the songs, but sometimes it's like a 7-minute song, and I'll listen to 6 minutes of it, and the last minute is like something like that. What you see is what appears to be the remains of the adventurers who made the camp before you.
Nice.
Complete with wearing
bones and stuff?
Yeah, they're now bones, and you can see interior. Oh, go ahead and make a
gonna do a
healing
heal.
I
check.
was going to say, can we tell how they
What was
died?
the glint?
I'll get to that in a second.
15
Want to
heal.
use the restroom? Pardon me?
15.
I'm going to take 10
Okay,
and make that a 25.
Okay. The skeletons show sign of having been munched on. And some of the appendages are not where they should have been. With the
like they're gone or they translocated.
Like some of them are missing entirely, and others are on like near the wrong part of the body.
But not like reattached elsewhere.
No,
Okay.
no, just like that skeleton.
Dismembered.
That skeleton shouldn't have 3 legs, and it needs an additional arm.
Okay.
Like that.
Yeah.
Most of them still have some of their armor on, although the chainmail and leather that these guys have been wearing has been like thoroughly munched on.
And they're all just bones.
They're all bones.
Okay.
And
So it's been a
show signs of having been
Picked clean.
Picked clean. The particular glint that you saw is on the head of one of the skulls, and also thrown off to the side is a sword that looks particularly nice. So it strikes you that it occurs to you that these guys had still retained items worthwhile, worth wealth, but were left.
Should we
Sounds like
check
they were-
the items?
Sounds like they were eaten and digested and shat out.
Should we check the items?
Yeah, the other option I have is we could actually try and commune with the dead. I don't know if it's worth.
I don't. Can you do with just bones though? I thought there was something.
Yeah, it has to be a recently dead.
There's a rule with how long ago they could have passed away.
I don't know if the qualifier isn't in the Speak with Dead. It says you ask the corpse of an intelligent creature questions and receive answers. I'd agree with you that it probably needs to be more than bones.
I asked this arm, "Hey arm, you used to."
Yeah, I would imagine it would need to be a fully membered creature. So yeah, of course, being a weapons connoisseur, I would be interested in the sword lying on the ground. However, our last encounter, I'm going to ask.
I'm going to do some Arcana check.
Make sure there's no little booby traps.
Should I do thievery too?
It flies up and stabs me through the heart.
So,
Our Arcana check triggers an attack.
32 thievery, inspecting for traps.
No, there are no traps here.
I only got a 15 Arcana. Do I sense any magical properties?
Yes, emanating from both the sword and the headpiece.
All right.
I'm gonna do. Can I do a religion check to determine the the alignment of the field? Like if it's like an evil or a benign.
Probably not in this place because everything feels
Evil.
evil.
Running off of Malachi's arcane check, I wanted to sort of look into it myself with a 28 Arcana to look at the sword and the helm.
They both feel like they have some magic about them.
That's it.
Well, Tyr is going to gingerly grab the sword and pick it up.
All right, give me a what check do I need?
Of course. There's nothing just like.
Give me a will check.
A will check. What do I? How do I do that?
You roll a will. You roll.
You roll the will.
Oh, and then add my will
Add your will
modifier. What is my will modifier?
Where's my D?
Is there one?
My
you
will.
should have will modifier.
I just have
Wisdom
will.
modifier.
Will?
Will
or
is
wisdom?
just like 24
Wait.
or whatever. Will is just a number.
What's the?
No, I think you're.
the.
I think. Are you sure you don't roll or?
No, I
Will check.
rolled no versus your.
There's not a will check.
Because I have no modifier on my sheet.
Yeah, will is not really. Will is a defense, not a modifier that you roll with.
Okay. Well, what is your will then?
20. Right now it's 20. 25.
Okay. You feel the as if the sword was trying to. You feel a presence from the sword, and your hand involuntarily twitches slightly before becoming quiet.
As he's holding the sword?
As he's holding the sword.
Do I get the impression that it's maybe sentient? Can I tell anything from that?
Dungeoneering, maybe.
Dungeoneering, you might be able to.
Okay. I may just be like, fuck this sword and throw it back on the ground. Oh, good, a 1. I'm doing really well with this chest.
Can I ask if I can hold it and I can do a full arcana, a full like hold it and determine.
Yeah, sure.
My will is 25 as well.
I'm going to warn you.
Oh, he warns me.
I'm gonna before I hand it to you, be like, I don't know what's with this, but it may try and like shield your mind.
So I should get a bonus if I'm waiting.
Mm-hmm.
Ready.
Okay, I rolled shitty for the sword anyway. Yes, it does have sentient properties about it, as if it wants. It has its own desires that it tries to force upon you. You don't get much of a sense of what those are, because the second it realizes that it can't dominate your mind, or it can't dominate you and convince you to do what it wants you to do.
It stops trying.
It stops trying. And
So then it just feels like a normal sword.
It feels like a normal sword.
So I can't deduce any other properties from it.
Mm-mm.
Like
How
I can't
far
feel
away
like
was this from the
It's
dead campers?
Bodies?
from the dead
We're
bodies.
standing right by them, aren't we?
Yeah, it's maybe just like 3 or 4 feet away.
But has it been put in some pedestals or just lying
No,
on
it's
its
just
side?
laying in
It's
the
like
dirt.
it fell
apparently
from
the sword
someone's
tries
hand.
to dominate its
Yeah.
owner,
It's just laying in the dirt.
but I can't.
I'm gonna suggest.
What about the headpiece?
Well, I was
Poke him
gonna
with a
wait.
stick, throw a rock, or walk
Let's
away.
keep this. However, it needs to be kept safe.
We have a cloak of.
I was wondering, does that put it into an alternate dimension of sorts?
It kind of does, doesn't
Good
it?
question.
The bag, the endless bag. That's what we talked about in the past. Like it's kind of a different.
Yeah.
Did you want to inspect the?
Yes.
Yeah.
We were gonna put this in the
I'm gonna
bag.
sheath. I'm gonna. Well, I guess it doesn't have. Does it have a sheath with it?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
A full leather scabbard.
So I'm going to go ahead and grab it back from him and sheath it and put it into our knapsack of alternate dimensions. And do I feel any presence? Can I do? Nothing?
Like when it goes in the bag, you can't like.
It's an item in the bag. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. That's one trap.
One maybe trap.
avoided. I'm worried about.
Better
this
safe
thing.
than sorry.
You can identify magical items, right?
Mhm.
Okay. You identify the headpiece as a circlet of mental onslaught.
Check it. Check it. Check it.
Sounds psionic or something. Mental onslaught.
Prevents all status ailments ever.
Yeah, it's like a ribbon.
It's a ribbon. I eat a ribbon. Are there any items like that? Is there like a ribbon equivalent in this?
I don't think there's a ribbon equivalent.
No, that'd be like too powerful.
What is a ribbon?
Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy?
It's a head slot item. Gain a +1 bonus to will
You can defeat the
defense.
final boss.
It has a daily minor action. Gain a +1 power bonus to attack rolls and damage rolls when making wisdom, intelligence, and charisma's attack until the end of the encounter.
Oh, Sam, that's you, isn't it?
Do you have a Do you have a hat right
I don't
now?
think I actually have any hat. I have the alluring veil. What did that do? I forget.
It lets you make
anybody
a
else
disguise, but doesn't give you any combat bonus.
That's useful for RP. You can just stuff that in your knapsack.
Yeah, the alluring veil still has. It has a daily for. Well, we had. I remember now. We had done a DM rule on it because what it's supposed to do is you re-roll if you miss an encounter or a daily charm or illusion keyword, you re-roll. And I think we said since I don't have
You
any
can
charm
use
or
psychic.
any illusion, like I could use it for psychic. Or psionic damages or whatever.
Well, you can have this where you gain a +1 bonus to will.
Does anyone do charm or illusion at all?
I know.
Not as a standard.
Charm of Hearts.
Or what do you have on your? What does Aurora have on her head?
Oh, good question.
Anything?
I think I have something. I can turn the page.
Why don't you look at your
I
armor
don't.
page?
Yeah, I was going to say I don't see anything on the. Oops. One more.
Nope, she's no head. You can wear alluring
I have
veil.
no head. How do I talk?
You can wear that or alluring veil.
Yeah.
True.
It's up to y'all.
Yeah, it's like
Read that one again.
Huh?
Read that one again.
It's +1 permanent +1 bonus to will
Okay.
defense, and then it has a daily minor action. Gain a +1 power bonus to attack rolls and damage rolls when making wisdom, intelligence, and charisma attacks.
Okay, I have high intelligence and charisma, so that wouldn't be too bad for me. If you want to keep what you have.
What do you mean, a wisdom, charisma, or intelligence attack?
If you-
Like what, blank versus blank?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
it's,
okay.
yeah, based on.
You probably have, both of y'all, that's all you're going to be.
Yeah.
It's not, basically not strength or dex attack.
I'm usually charisma versus
I
reflex.
mean, if you want,
or-
you can use since I already have a alluring.
This is actually good with the
Yeah.
being able to re-roll a missed attack.
Yeah, I can
That's
keep that.
actually really
The
good,
psychic attack.
since it's DM ruled.
Plus, I don't think I have anything. So.
Yeah, if you're naked.
Yeah.
Take it.
I have a
Put
naked
some
head.
in your hair. That makes sense though, because you already broke off your hair, so now we know why. Because you're wearing this
Right.
helm thing.
It's
There you
like,
go. I cut my hair off just so I could wear something if I came across it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or it's just hidden. It's like rolled up underneath the circle.
Like Princess Leia buns. So what is
That'll be useful because that'll boost your will, which will probably
Right.
have
Yeah,
positive
so just
effects.
make
Yeah.
make
It's
a
my
note
highest.
right now.
What
Your
was your
will goes
will?
up
it's
by
called
1.
25.
So now it's 26.
Okay.
Well, you should be able
That's
to
my highest.
will reflect everything.
And what is
The daily is
helmet
attacks.
helm of
Or the-
mental circulet of mental onslaught. So it's more like a tiara or
Oh, that's pretty
not a
close.
tiara, but a little headband thingy. Mental onslaught. So do they actually give loot in here? Like, do these have loot, or do you get to choose? It's like random loot item here.
I want to add, like, I've added in here in different places additional treasures because, like, most of them are just gold pieces, and you guys don't really get excited by gold pieces.
Well, because we never get to buy what we want with it, and we go to the store. Hey, I have money to spend. Yeah, we don't have anything you want. Okay. All right.
Tyr gets his armor replaced, and May and Aurora have to pick it up for him.
It's like, when do we go to the big city? When do we go to Ironforge
You're not
where we can
getting
actually
drunk.
buy?
Baldur's Gate.
We can buy stuff. Baldur's Gate.
Last time you guys got the +3 skewering war pick.
Who got that?
That was for Matt.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
And he's not here.
He's
So
not.
honest! You're not there!
He gets a +3 weapon.
Yeah.
I got a +2, and I bought that.
Well, you don't know what this new sword is.
Well, I can't detect anything.
You're gonna give it to
It's
somebody
Don't give
else
it to
figure
Malachi.
out. You're gonna give it to some poor like magic shop owner to identify for you.
I mean, I don't know a way to.
He couldn't identify it. If he can't identify it, then
no, once it
doesn't want to be
once the sword discovered that it was incapable of dominating his mind,
It just shuts
it
closed,
closed
basically.
itself off and felt once more like a mundane object.
I wonder if it's worth it to
I'll carry it.
pass it to someone else and see if they can fail and see what happens. If it
We
takes
need what's
over.
his face.
You could slaughter us all. Garrett's.
Give it to a
We
child.
found you your new sword.
We felt so bad about taking that dagger from you, so here.
Here.
All right. So does the cave continue
It
to?
does.
Of course it
Continues into the
does.
Do you
black.
guys want to press forward?
I'm good. Yeah. Wait, are we somewhere new on the map?
Go
or
besides cross the river on the other side.
This other one. But there was nothing on the other side. It's just a wooded area. I'm fine with pressing on.
Okie dokie.
Alright,
Get your sticks out.
yeah.
Yep.
So you press on slowly through the oppressive dark and
Very
you come
slowly.
you come to a fork in the
Can I get some of those,
in the
Sam?
cave. Fork.
Of course,
I
it's a
heard
fort.
fort.
Yes.
You
Oh
come to
boy.
a fort and it's armed with massive goblins.
Let's split up, gang.
Yeah.
Party!
There's a fork in the cave. You have the options of going left, right, or retreating.
Retreat. Always go right.
Dungeoneering.
Well, yeah, we need to
Where's the moss?
Do like a Gandalf in the Mines of Moria and like try to see where you can feel the fresh air or
There you
whatever.
go. And you water and you... I want to do
26.
a streetwise check and see if there are any footprints or any telltale signs of the people that have traveled either before. We've got 28. Any signs of it being
of having
traversed before?
it having being traversed.
And-
the dust along the floor is thick, as if this part of the cave had not been disturbed in a long time.
Either way.
In any direction.
Dungeoneer. I rolled a. See if I can tell anything else with dungeoneering. Maybe a light or breeze with a 26.
There's no light or breeze within these caves.
I say we go right.
I say we throw a rock in each direction and see what we hear.
That's not a bad idea. Is there any rocks around?
We can knock some off the wall.
Yeah.
We're in a cave.
Yeah.
As long as we don't cut.
I mean, you could like she can cast a light on a coin and throw it.
That's true. I can light an object. Does anybody have any small pebbles or
You
anything?
use 1 copper or something.
Use a sun torch. A sun torch.
Tears like
Sun
hell
rod.
no.
Throw a
Throw
sun rod down the hallway.
Yeah. What about sun rods? Do they work here?
Do you want to throw
Okay.
a whole sunrod away though?
I mean,
we
then
never
you pick
use
it
them,
up.
actually.
You pick it up and.
Don't we each have
I mean, it doesn't like
four?
just break.
We don't really use them with the lantern now.
Yeah.
That's true. We might as well throw them, I guess.
All right. So I crack 2 sun rods and I throw one as far as I can
looks
down
nice.
each
Okay,
hallway.
give me an athletics check to see how far each one goes.
So what is the roll?
Okay.
Like how? Like
I'll determine based on the difficulty.
they have like a throwing guide.
Well, no, it just says like what level she is. So she's level 11, and then what an easy DC is, a moderate, and a hard. And so I can.
What's her strength?
Can I do an acrobatics check? Can I do
No.
like a flip and use my momentum because I get 2 more points? With
Yeah, do it.
That. All right.
So
Aurora
you're
does
gonna do
hurls.
like the really cool soccer throw-in where they do
There
a
you go.
flip over the ball.
Maybe I'll do like a really fast, like underhanded softball pitch. That could be. Ooh, I like that. 22.
Okay, are you throwing it right or left?
Both.
You can
Do I
make it
have to
2
roll
throws.
separately?
Yeah.
She's throwing at the same time.
That one was to the right.
Okay.
It's not so good apparently.
14 to the left.
Okay. So Aurora
Aurora
starts out
stumbled a little
with,
bit.
and hurls the sun rod with all of her might, using her body's momentum to.
I do like a little flourish twirl and fall.
Yeah, to
Okay.
propel the sun rod down the hall. The sun rod flies to the edge of your perceived distance from the lamp, and you hear just as it passes through the lamp's light. You can see its light dim significantly as it's now no longer adding to the light that you have, but now casting its own shadows. And you hear a distinct thud down the hall, and you
On
can
the
see
right.
it on the right. On the left, you can hear it clatter down the hall, and you almost lose sight of it as it rolls down the hallway.
On the right, did the thud sound like
But
it was
left
just it
went
hitting
even
the ground? 'cause
shorter
The
distance.
left went further. The right, you heard a thud
And then
near you.
did it like seem like
Like
it was
thud,
too
like
soon,
it
like
hit
it hit a
a wall?
wall?
Yeah, like it was still in
Okay.
the air when it thudded.
Yeah.
Okay, alright.
So I say we go right first,
And it seems like we'll hit a dead end, maybe.
or maybe it's a trap.
But what's the point of going towards a dead end? Right.
There could be something we don't know.
A
what's out
huge
there.
treasure chest giving us a
It
million
could be.
gold.
It could be.
Are we on this at all right now?
No.
Aurora uses her trying to deduce.
Well, I say we go right.
I'll go right.
Right. Right.
If we can touch the wall still, let's go right. So if we heard a thud, we might be able to follow the wall and not completely just be isolated in darkness.
We
can
will
at least
move
have
very
a,
slowly.
yeah, we can have a
Very
reference
cautiously.
point.
Okay.
So as we go down, since we don't have the glow sticks anymore,
But we have the lantern.
Aurora's going to light her torch and add to the light that
Okay.
we currently have.
All right.
And we're going to add the glow stick when we get close enough to it to pick it back up.
Adding to the light that you have, you can see that the distance that you can see increases in circumference.
Okay.
We already have the lantern at bright, right? Okay.
As you approach the glow stick, you see it laying on the floor next to what appear to be a number of large urns.
Like dead people urns?
Like urns that would contain
Ashes from dead people.
Something.
yes.
Any green lights?
No green lights, but you see a
Poke it with a stick. Alright.
no green lights, but you do see mixed amongst the urns one large and important looking casket leaned against the wall, and it's closed.
Let's open it. Okay.
Okay.
I have no desire to tamper with any of this
Can
shit.
I see if there's any sort of magic energy
I was
that
gonna
seems
do
like it's
Arcana.
within the
Arcana,
casket?
religion,
Go for it.
perception, dungeoneering. What else we got? Heal.
It'll be 33 Arcana for the...
Nice. I
There
cannot
is
roll.
a distinct and distinctly
Cannot roll up
evil
that. Ooh.
arcane energy about that coffin, and something within it.
No green light though.
No green light.
God damn it.
Okay, is it like, are there like, how is the coffin held close?
A large stone slab leans against the.
Okay,
the
so as
coffin.
long as we don't fuck with the slab, we're probably okay.
Okay.
I said we push it open for a surprise round.
Malachi wants to take this moment and just say, okay,
I love you guys. It was
don't
great
forget
knowing
about
you.
the poem that we talked about. Because
Oh.
he just was like reading over again and he thought, they talked about
I forgot about the poem.
Yeah, I did too. We talked about it before reading that.
the last line in the poem almost sounded like it kind of went with the previous encounter we had, talking about seeking to open weary eyes and with the opening the eye.
Wait, read
of
the poem.
Read it.
That part of the poem.
That part said the wise must ever strategize. They never play unless to win. They see the harm in comfort's lies and seek to open weary eyes. I mean, I'm not sure what the rest of it did, but the opening of the eye kind of basically ended that encounter, or the hard part of that encounter. But I was looking at the others. I don't remember.
I was gonna say, what does the next thing say?
I mean, everyone. I think Aurora sent this to everybody through Raven. On
Oh yeah,
you should have it.
Raven pigeon, carrier raven.
in your smartphone. I mean,
Right.
So I was just looking. I was
Yeah,
just
well,
trying to
that's-
delve,
okay,
or if I
right.
could get any information from this, but I don't know. So if everyone wanted to take a look at that and see if maybe
All right,
something
we're gonna
comes out
take
of it.
5 and think on this for a second.
Because it says, when darkness falls and dreams portend the rising of a fearsome foe, the fool swift striking meets his end, the wise know foe from friend. I don't know.
Oh, the wise no foe from friend. That sounds like he's gonna turn a couple of people against their own party.
See, I also thought maybe that
Or
with the sword
make
dominating
copies.
suddenly, if they takes over, but I don't know. Let art and image point the way, abandon all these people.
I think I sense some very difficult puzzles ahead. Let's see. The full swift striking meets his end, so nobody make any sudden movements.
Oh, there it is.
Well, I think it's good that we avoided the woods. The fool delves heedless through the wild. The
Yeah.
wise are not so soon beguiled. So that's the waterfall. When darkness falls and dreams pretend, rising of a fearsome foe, the fool swift striking meets his end. The wise. So I would suggest that whatever's in here, maybe yield to it. Don't immediately attack. The fool's swift striking meets his end. The wise knows foe from friend. So if someone gets dominated, instead of attacking, try and grab them and restrain them, perhaps.
That could have been the sword.
That could have been the
Right.
sword.
And we already finished that, maybe.
Abandon all you think you know, for common sense leads fools astray. The key is simply this, obey.
Okay.
So if you do get dominated, maybe just listen to what's going on in your head. Don't fight it. You see the harm in comfort lies and seek to open weary eyes.
So maybe they see the harm in Comfort's eye. It was like Comfort. There was nothing going on here, but just leave
Comfort.
it alone.
Hey,
don't
look,
go.
a nice camp.
Don't go searching through it.
The full swift striking meets his end. I don't know if that means the bad guy that we might be about to open his coffin or us.
How big is this room, and are we standing on the door of it, like the cusp of it?
No, it's not really a room. It's just the end of a hallway.
Oh, so there's no further way to go. This is the dead end.
Yeah, there are a number of urns, and upon closer inspection, you see that they all bear the same sort of crest or symbol that the larger coffin.
We
does.
don't recognize the crest.
So
No,
we've already done a dungeoneering.
Well, you might actually roll a history check.
There we go.
History. I'm a historian.
Good job. I'm not.
Well, sort of, kinda.
Trained in history? Me.
No, but I do have a high history because of how smart I am, I guess.
Your intelligence.
I think I had used training a long time ago, and I switched it a long
Very
time
humble
ago.
as well. Smart.
I know, right?
What you got?
Roll.
I'm gonna
It
say
needs to be on the
19.
needs to be on the table.
18. I saw an 18. Oh, I put it down. It was a 20. It's a 20. No.
It's a 20. Do I take 18 or do I reroll?
No, that's what it ended up on the floor.
It was on my foot.
Was it like caught to the side? Just go ahead.
I saw an 18.
Okay, well we'll go with 18. It's fine.
But I'm not trained, so minus 2, right? So then 16 plus 11 becomes 27.
30, yeah.
27.
38.
27.
I bet it's 30.
27 history.
Probably a
history.
30 DC. Probably a hard DC.
No, 27 is a hard DC for level 11.
Oh.
So you meet the hard DC requirement. You recognize it as the same crest that was on the shield of the Eldritch of the
Lich?
Lich that you fought in the grove.
Oh, god damn it.
That's just a recognize.
Oh, whoa. Think about
That's
it.
not
Okay,
knowing where
you
it
don't
is.
have an undead, but you sense evil. Maybe this is where his phylactery is.
Wait, remember what the Lich is? I don't remember the Lich is
It's
now.
the
Remember
undead
the
guy
lich that we fought?
who puts his soul into a
Orcus,
phylactery.
and then
No,
he
but when did
flew
we
off,
find a Lich?
Way back, it was like the 4th encounter we ever
I wasn't
had.
there.
and he
Oh.
flew off, and we didn't know where he went. And
Okay,
we
this is
didn't know
like a
where his
year and a half
phylactery
ago.
was
I
placed.
kind of remember this.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe
DM,
this
you
is
want to
it.
recap just a little bit?
Yeah, when you guys came to the
Tree.
Garden of Grove of Graves, I think was the name of it, the Garden of Graves. There was a lich who had been the protector of this elven garden, where they had kept all of these cairns and graves for their honored dead, who had gone seemingly mad and had been said to be slaughtering travelers. But when you guys came upon the area, there were people or freshly slain corpses, all bearing the same sign of a cult of Orcus. And the lich there wasn't going to let you pass, and you slew him. And then later,
But he wasn't actually slain because his
because
spirit
his
or
corporeal
essence.
form,
Right.
was killed. But then his
The Horcrux is left over.
right.
If, hypothetically speaking, if this were the phylactery
Uh-huh.
and we were able to take hold of it
Mhm.
and put it in the cloak of another dimension, would the Lich be able to return to it, assuming he hasn't done so already and can't re-manifest if we open this coffin?
That's a lot of lich lore.
Ah, shit, and I haven't read it all. Okay. That would be interesting, though.
There's a lot of powerful things you can do, powerful magic to be done with the phylactery of a lich.
Have we done an Arcana check yet?
Sam did,
Okay.
and he told
On the
you-
coffin.
Yeah, he told you guys, man, there is something really nasty inside that coffin.
Some horrible, evil, arcanic energy coming from it.
And we have not yet done a religion check? Would that help us at all?
I don't think religion would help in this case.
Well, I've got Arcana, Bluff, Diplomacy, and Insight. I don't think those are
I
going to
don't think there's any more checks we can do.
Yeah.
At this point, it's do
We either
leave
open it or
alone.
not. I vote we open it, but I also don't want to die.
I'm all for purging any kind of evil.
Can you?
No, I'm just saying my tier, I would vote that.
Not just to leave it alone, but to try to heal it or something?
Yeah, and his opinion is we're not gonna. Well, we could be surprised, but my idea
Because the Tomb of Horrors, of course, we're going to be surprised.
My idea is we might as well go ahead and try and take care of a known threat now rather than have it combine with something else later.
And it didn't glow with the undead glow, which I think is helpful. Yes.
So if Lich steps out and he's not green, then it's like, holy shit, let's run away. He's level 15.
But we're also in an enclosed space and there's other urns. So maybe we break an urn to see what happens? Or you try to purify one of them? Do we sense that there are evil things coming from the urns that are by this evil coffin?
No.
They feel like empty urns.
No, they. If you try and shift one, it feels very heavy, and there's like sound of clinking metal.
But there's no arcanic energy coming from the urns.
I'm gonna go with
Can we look inside one?
You can look inside one if you'd like.
Before we do that, let's maybe follow the rule and just not do anything. Just walk in and see if that triggers anything.
I thought we were already in there.
Are we?
It's like at the end of a hallway. There's no particular room that's dedicated.
I'm just saying, let's walk towards
to see if anything
whatever
triggers.
the coffin thing is, and just not touch anything. It's in my backpack.
Okay.
So we walk like right up to the coffin and cairns or urns.
You want to throw a rock or poke it with a stick?
So
I'm scared.
You hear sort of a ghostly whisper in a language you can't quite understand. It's almost as if there was someone talking to you from a very great distance away.
all right.
Is it emanating from the sword or the coffin?
There's no. It's emanating
just
from
around
everywhere.
you.
Just
like the dark.
Yes.
Okay. Well,
You know what I'm gonna do? Actually, no, I'm not gonna do that because it takes a healing surge. Well, do we recognize what the language would be at all?
no. It could be gibberish.
Oh, yeah, it's not worth a healing surge to do that.
A history check wouldn't help us know the language, I don't think, would it?
it's not undead. Okay.
I could do a tongues ritual.
Clinking. Clinking is in bones or is in metal?
Is in metal.
We hear. Oh, it's just like a sound we
Well, no,
hear.
she said
Like the
like if I
urns.
shook one of the urns, like.
Oh.
But they're not like
she
it's not
shifted
ash.
the urns.
As in like could
Well, it's heavy, and
It could be a construct.
it could be anything.
it could be skeletal remains. It could be loot. We don't know. Maybe.
Open an urn.
But okay, you said we're not overthinking this because if we don't overthink it, we might die. So you said that there were no green things coming from the coffin. What did I say? Coffin.
Yeah, no, I like what you're thinking. Or urns.
Okay, thank you. Because I was like, because I can just see him like, oh, well, technically the undead minions come out of the urns. They were glowing green, but you weren't directly looking at them. Okay.
Well, before we do that, Tyr's going to walk to about 15 feet in front of the coffin and basically just set up in a total defense. And then say, Aurora, check an urn.
Is the top of the urn
Aurora, check the urn!
Is the top of the urn weighing less than 20 pounds?
No, these are large. I mean, these
Yeah.
urns aren't the typical thing you see in a cemetery. These are large.
But they're not like Asian urns either.
What is an Asian urn?
They're like 4 feet tall and 2 feet wide.
Yes,
and
that's
they're
exactly what it looks like.
There you
Like
go.
a Kimchi-in or something like that.
Yeah, that's exactly what they look
I
like.
love that.
And they're
Yeah.
and they're dark stone, very similar to the rock around.
They're also not always called. Anyway, all right.
Are they
So,
smashable?
do they
They
have
are
a
smashable.
top, or are they just
They
open?
do have a top.
I just think of like Diablo 2. Kick all the urns.
Yeah.
I would just smash it open.
Hulk smash. I don't know if we want to smash them.
Smash it.
If they have tops, we can just take off the tops and check
You
it
just
out.
take off the top and look inside.
Be careful. Don't, like in chemistry, don't stick your head right over it.
I
Laser
like
might
my
come out.
eyebrows. I don't think I'll. I'm nervous.
Open it.
Open it.
All right, so let's say, Tyr, you have the
He's in total
I'm
defense.
staring directly at the coffin.
you have the lantern, the floating lantern.
It's just in the middle of the room
All
or
right,
the
move
hallway.
the floating lantern over closer towards the urn.
Okay.
if you would, Aurora says. Sorry, it's Michael bosses you around. Aurora motions for the lantern to be closer to the urn and takes my, hedge wizard's gloves and opens the top lid of the middle urn with mage hand.
There are 4 total. 4 urns, 2 on either side of the coffin.
I open the second one from the left.
The second one from the left. Okay. You open the second one from the left.
I edge it open because it doesn't have a handle. It's just a slab. So I'm going to move the slab over just a little bit.
Okay, and peer inside.
Well, I'm going to move it over, and the lantern is going to show us anything that might come out of it.
Okay.
I'm not going to stick my head over it as I open it.
Nothing comes out of it.
Okay.
Open the third from the left.
Aren't there only 4?
How close are you to the... Is it the coffin? God damn it! The coffin, and then the urns to the left of it?
Basically, it's like this. This is the coffin, standing up.
Alright.
The coffin.
I don't know why I want to say that.
This is the coffin. And then there's
I think
an
I got a teacher
urn
named Mrs. Cofton, so...
and an urn.
Okay. Oh, so they're
And
lining
an
the
urn.
hallway.
Yes, and an urn. Just
Well,
like this.
Shit. Okay.
So the one that
Blue
you
one.
just opened was the blue one.
Yes.
Nothing happened.
And nothing came out of it.
Open the green one. Yeah.
Na 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 na.
The compass is inside.
Why is this so scary? I feel like
Because
I shouldn't be doing this. I feel...
May's gonna walk up behind Aurora and open it on the
I'll just bite this open.
You can teleport away, so...
Yeah, once.
Yeah, that's true. But it's not an encounter, so...
Here's my teleport encounter.
Shit goes down. Or everything up with
Yeah,
waves
it's
left.
Alright, so... maybe it's filled with gunpowder. I don't know. Shit.
Well, use Mage Hand to
Fine,
open it
I'm
from
going
far
to use
away.
Mage Hand to open the entire thing. The entire top comes off.
Of the same one?
Yes.
Nothing comes out of it.
Okay, as Aurora steps forward, using the lantern as light, does she see anything over the top without standing with her face over the top?
Yes, you
What do I
see
see?
blonde hair.
Oh, gross.
Ew. Fuck.
Aurora puts the mage hand top back on and walks away.
I didn't see
Ew.
anything, guys.
Oh, I just no, thank you.
With the head or just hair?
Well, if she's like, I mean, if she was to like look inside, she can see the whole thing. But I imagine if she walks towards it, she can see like the crown of a head. and blonde hair.
Really, Aurora mage hands the top of it back on and steps back to Tyr and says, I'm not opening that shit. I saw a head. Tyr, I saw a head.
Malachi, open the green one.
It was blonde and
It was
gross.
the blue one she had opened.
Yes.
blue one she opened.
I'm not okay with this. Aurora's thoroughly freaked out.
Okay, I opened the green one.
The green one is empty.
It's empty.
Open the second red one.
No.
I don't.
Open them all!
The blue one had the head.
Yes. Maybe.
Tyr.
It just said blonde hair. It could be full of blonde hair. but
Malachi,
it
watch the
blinks
coffin.
around like
Tyr's
metal.
gonna open the Tyr's gonna open it and pull out the head.
I'm watching the call.
The head is attached to a body. As you open the urn, you see in what appears to be something of like a fetal position, an elven male who is very obviously dead, ashen faced.
Why is it not glowing green?
In full battle armor.
That's
holding a sword clutched against his breast.
I'm not gonna pull him out yet.
But stone dead.
Okay, I don't grab him.
As he pulled him out, I see.
I haven't pulled him out.
I
I
see the
just saw
ghastly.
this.
Oh wait, but you said you pulled it up some.
Oh, have I pulled him out?
No,
yeah.
You said you just opened it, and I wanted to tell you because you said you were going to reach in and grab it. And I wanted to tell you.
Yeah, I thought it was just a head.
What you saw before you grabbed it.
Aurora steps back to the back of the pack.
Okay,
She's
I see
thoroughly
this
grossed out.
guy, and what the fuck do I want to
That's
do?
disgusting.
I walk up beside Tyr.
It's very fine elven armor, but obviously ancient. And if you want to roll a history check, I can tell you how ancient it is.
Yay, thanks for that.
Any
Thank
arcana?
you.
Any magical properties?
I want to.
No.
I want to do. Okay, I'll do history then.
Let's loot him.
I still feel like
Loot the
yeah, right. That's gonna like rain some serious fire.
It's
karma
only
down
gonna
on
be
our
the
asses.
19 history.
Okay, well,
To try to
this
tell
was
the
a
armor.
major event in Fey history.
So we would have heard about it.
You guys remember about the war that the elves had amongst themselves that lasted for 700 years?
Totally.
This
But remind me.
You want to recap?
the others that don't
there's an incredibly long explanation. It's still in your email, and I typed it over a year and a half ago.
A year and a half
Took
ago.
me-
But it wasn't the mystery.
Oh, I
it wasn't
remember
part of
that.
the spell play.
You remember that now.
Right.
No,
That was a
but
big-
way, well before the spell play,
Right.
before
Yeah,
humans
yeah.
had even
It was
come to
where
prominence.
basically the elvish had split apart after.
Yes, and the Sun Elves had a battle with
Yep.
these people, and so on and so
Oh.
forth.
Those guys said they were
Right,
motherfuckers.
it dates
and
back
just
to
went
that period of time.
Holy shit.
It is well ancient, and you were correct in
thousands of
saying
years.
that it would be worth immeasurable wealth to the right person.
Don't take the dead guy's armor.
I'm not going to take the armor. Aren't liches, though? Aren't they... Don't you have to be elven to be a lich?
You also have to be fucking ancient and powerful. But yes. Correct me.
Why do we want to take his armor to a collector?
Because Tyr likes loot, and so does Malachi.
I
I'm
said,
going
why
to leave
don't
it for
we?
now. He
Don't
wouldn't
we?
loot. He wouldn't loot a corpse. If it was completely evil, he would.
Right.
But he respects a warrior. He wouldn't unless this guy wakes up and is like, "I'm gonna fuck you up."
I
I'm
don't
gonna
think this
leave it
warrior
for
has
now.
been. I mean, this warrior has been dead for thousands of years and has had his body shoved into a container. Are we really being that much worse to him if we take his armor?
Yeah,
They're kind of finicky about that. I don't know.
I have a
I
problem
wouldn't.
with it.
I wouldn't.
So
Unless it can fit any one of us, and we are super selfish, somebody would have to argue down another one.
It's not to wear it. It's to sell
Green
it for
is
like
dead.
5 bajillion
Green is
gold
nothing.
coins.
Or we could all
The green
die.
one was empty.
Okay.
No.
Tyr is going to leave that one uncovered, and he's going to move to
Hey,
this
hop in
far
there.
red one and open the red
Yeah.
Easily.
Okay, this another Sun Elf
one.
And which one?
Oh,
in the red one.
shit. I have a feeling. So it's Sun Elf. What were the other types of elves?
They're both sun elves?
They're all,
or-
yeah.
Shit. So this one So he's going to move to this one and open the last unopened one.
The last unopened one contains another elf, all in full battle arraignment,
They're-
clutching their weapons in sort of like a fetal position, all eyes closed, all ashen faced and stone dead.
And no magic
Weary
account
eyes.
for
What about weary
I like how you
eyes?
keep
What?
telling us that they're all
Energy.
dead. Oh god. But
They
one
see
is
the
missing.
harm and comforts lies and seek to open weary eyes? I don't know.
Well, we're missing one. One is unaccounted for.
That's a little worrisome, but maybe...
The sword
And
that
there's nothing
we
else?
picked up and put in the bag, do they resemble any of the swords that they are carrying?
Good
No.
question. What about...
The sword,
That
these are
sentient sword?
and we
Yeah.
don't feel any evil emanating from the other elves in the urns like we did the Lich, who happens to be possibly the missing elf from that urn.
I would imagine
If
it.
we're
I would
about
imagine
to
it'd be a
fight
different
3
elf.
liches in some crazy ass shit in the coffin, I don't know. I'm just hypothetically, because you have not given me anything, which is annoying. But that's okay.
because I feel like I need to have like sunglasses on so I don't give away stuff with my face when you
Poker
say. when you
face.
say
I still think the phylactery is in the coffin.
Well,
and
you know
if
what?
we fuck with the phylactery, these 3 things are going to come to life, and God knows where the 4th one is.
All right. Well,
Look
what
above
I'm
us.
Is
He's
it-
sitting on the ceiling.
Tier wants
Standing on the
It's
ceiling.
like a
Yeah.
spider.
There's like scribbles and scratches on the ceiling.
So the walls and the
Are they
floor
made
just
of a
plain
different material?
stone, but the ceiling we see scratches and scribbles.
Are they a different material?
No.
It's not like chalk or...
But that's the only place
As a
that has
ritual
scratches
user,
and
do any of them
scribbles,
look
is the
like
roof.
arcane spells or anything like that?
Yes.
Wait, what did you say?
As a ritual, I asked, as a ritual user, do they look like spells? And
On
so,
the roof?
is there anything? Because I don't really have arcana.
Like
I'm more
traps
just
when you go
ritual.
off
Is there anything
on
that I
heads.
would recognize
Possibly.
from it?
That's a tough call. Because
Can you move the lantern close to the
You
ceiling?
can, you can identify. I would say you can identify it as this being like a ritual chamber or a ritual
Okay.
area,
Ah.
and these facilitate that ritual, but you wouldn't know what ritual this was.
In 26 Arcana can't tell any more than that either. About like what's the purpose or source.
I
of-
think Aurora is correct. I think this is some kind of refractory.
or what is
Phylactery,
it?
yeah.
Phylactery.
I can't say coffin, so.
We've only you can say phylactery just fine.
All right.
I know, but often.
I want the three of y'all to get back to back in the center of the room.
Malachi seems absorbed.
Care Bear, share. So what?
I'm gonna have the three of you get back to back in the center of the
Corey, can you
room.
move us where we're supposed to be with it?
Oh, wait, are we? Well, we're not on the map.
The
Is the
dice
problem.
Or, yeah.
We can put you here.
Okay.
And I'm going to go over and put a shoulder into the coffin cover and open it.
It groans with protest. Give me a strength check to open this thing.
But it's obvious nobody is glowing with undead weirdness.
Nothing is glowing with undead weirdness.
As a crack open, a hand pops out and grabs Tim Richardson.
Yeah.
Sylvanus reaches out and goes, "Gotcha!"
Well, I think I had like.
I thought this was going to take you 2 weeks to get here.
You guys were so
What was my
scared.
strength check? Okay.
I.
Oh, nice. I got a 28.
Okay, these door slides open, and inside you see a
Yeah, the couch.
you see what appears to be an elf halfway through decomposition.
Wait, in the coffin?
Wait,
He's in the
wait.
coffin. Yes.
Okay. Oh, so we opened it.
Yes, he opened it.
Who did it? Who?
So the one that's going to go in the last of the 4 urns is not finished decomposing, or something like that.
So
He is better
inside,
preserved than the rest.
inside the coffin is an elf no longer in the fetal position, or not in the fetal position, but standing up straight with arms crossed, holding in his left or his right hand a particular object that you can't see because it's clutched like this.
Of course.
And
It's the Holy Grail. Sorry.
the body itself shows distinct signs of decay.
Ooh.
So
maybe
is
he's
it-
maybe he's clutching something that might be like a vial.
I'm doing healing to see how old it is.
Well, I was going to say, as a healer, is he older than the other guys, or is he actually just poorly preserved?
It appears to you as if he was poorly preserved, but it doesn't. But obviously, it doesn't make a lot of sense why the other elves would be.
Unless he's up and about and doing shit.
Hold on. I'm gonna do a 25 insight check.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to rack my memory for what the Lich looked like and see if this partially decomposed elf looks anything like the Lich that we fought all that time ago.
Do a Google search for Lich.
Yeah, I know. He looks all scary and shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
just so we can see what a Lich looks like.
Well, they're not pretty.
Anyone want a beer?
Yes. Me.
Do you want another Guinness? Do you want a beer?
I wish.
Can you not because you're at medicine?
I convinced myself I told myself I wasn't going to drink until I get into a walking boot. I don't trust myself on crutches.
Oh.
Because I've almost fallen down the stairs a couple of times. So,
When do you get on a walking boot?
Lord.
by the end of this month, hopefully.
Because you're gonna get a lot of stuff from Wrath of the Lich King.
Yeah.
Corey, did you say no? Guinness?
He looks a lot cooler.
Whatever you brought looked pretty good.
IPA?
I'm just going to sit around here and
You
do
can-
nothing.
You can see how much I got going on.
Yeah,
He worked on this like
I'm impressed.
all day today and.
Okay, so we have what appears to be a grave lich. Is that the conclusion we've come to?
That Aurora has a strong feeling that this is a Lich.
As a dungeoneer,
But he's not. Yeah.
Lich
that's-
is growing or
oh,
something?
I remember
So check
this.
it out.
I remember because I would argue that this is from my dungeoneering knowledge. But I remember May talking about this because when he was in Eladrin, you were considering going through the lichification process,
yeah.
and so
Lichification, is that a word?
I think that's the term they use for becoming a lich is lichification.
That's hilarious.
And so maybe this is a creature that is partly going through
Yeah, it's like
the
growing into a
transformation.
lich. But it doesn't look like a dun lich, I don't think.
No, it's like 3/4 of the way there.
And so even if we were to take a dagger and stab it through its heart, I don't think it would do anything. Maybe what's in its hand is the actual phylactery. But I'm not sure. And I don't know what happened.
Close it.
The
Oh, right, sorry.
other thing I would say is I would imagine it's very much like Voldemort when one of his Horcruxes got destroyed. I guarantee you, if we were to start tampering with the body, no matter where the lich is, it'll
He's
probably
gonna come
know
back
and come
to-
back
yep.
into its body.
Don't.
However, that being said, if it comes into its own body, it may be mortal again, instead of just a spirit. And so you could potentially kill it. Or at least destroy it till you could grab the phylactery.
Or destroy the phylactery. I would think that would be the only way to kill it.
The best bet I would say is to try and grab whatever its hand and rip it away as quick as we can and step
I like
back.
that. Put it in the cloak real quick.
I would just hold on to it. Because if you control the phylactery, you basically control the lich.
Right.
Um,
I'm down with that.
has there been any movement since disturbing the coffin?
Nope. Silent as the grave.
And as far as this item, Arcana users, do you detect anything from it? I don't want to grab it and have my hand melt off.
I mean, I can sort of focus trying
The
to
fool
inspect
swift
his hand.
striking meets his end. That's the only line that freaks me out.
We're not
I
striking
get
anything.
37 Arcana trying to focus on his hand and see if I can sense anything about what he's holding against his breast.
As you focus your arcane sensitivities on his hand, you feel a jolt of cold pierce your very being.
And after it passes, is everything still again? And that thing's moving?